knows the glass. Me and Jeff from kindergarten class. Freeze-dried ice cream hands. Caption sign. Horn rim glasses, black and white. Alabama land. Whatever can you say? Whatever can you do to reach me? The orbit breaks, shakes the ground beneath me. The open sky makes a tin can fly, fly. Lingering doubts, but I'm coming clean. I'm shedding skin. I'm dizzy looking out. Almost ready now. Steady on T-minus 10. The seconds counting down. Whatever can you say? Whatever can you do to keep me? The whole world fades with the ground beneath me. The open sky makes a tin can fly, fly. Something in me finds a new sea, a new land, an open door. You have no hold on me anymore. Whatever can you say? Whatever can you do to keep me? The whole world fades with the ground beneath me. The open sky makes a tin can fly, fly. Whatever can you say? Whatever can you do? Yeah. Particle dust, carbon frames holding us, zodiac signs, making patterns in our minds. All our guiding stars dead a million years, a billion miles away. Nothing to prove we're enough. It's our turn now to mess things up, and we'll never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back. Get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back. Get it back. And they say don't break the glass here unless it's an emergency. But after this past year, don't you think, why shouldn't we? Can we all agree It's you and me that make and break the rules. Nothing to prove except to us. It's our turn now to mess things up and never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. So try the world on, see if it fits. This moment right now is all that there is. Never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back. Get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back. Get it back. We're not bodies that rest at all. We grow and we change till we evolve, and the way things are can only take us so far. Nothing to prove we're enough. It's our turn now, and we'll never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Try the world on, see if it fits. This moment right now is all that there is. Never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back. Get it back. Ooh, it's our turn now. It's our turn now. Ooh, never gonna get it back. Get it back.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Look at all your beautiful vaccinated faces. I can't even believe it. Oh my God. I can hug each and every one of you, and I'm so excited. We are the GracePettis band, per the drumhead's instruction. And if you're just joining us, or if you're just joining us online, I'm GracePettis, and I released a record today. And we are playing songs from that record. Yeah, hold on one second, I got a tune. It's so crazy. I've been doing this like 10 years, and there's all these things that are just sort of autopilot. Like, you know how when you first learn how to ride a bike, it's like hard? Because you got to think about like what your feet are doing. And then after you've been riding a bike for years, you don't have to think about anything, and you're just flying. It's the same thing with music. So I haven't ridden a bike in a year. And this is the first band show of, this is the second show, thank you, of the first weekend of a new chapter. So it's all very exciting. Thank you. And here's another song from the record for you. Okay. Yeah.
Once I was a paper boat, born to capsize, sure as I was made to float. Once I was a paper boat, once I was a paper plane, thrown like caution to the wind, then driven down again. Once I was a paper plane. I was so fragile, so Once I was a paper doll. Me and the girls, we played the game. We were identical. Once I was a paper doll. Once I was a paper chain, pretending to be strong and knowing I was bound to break. Once I was a paper chain. I was so fragile, so easily unfolded, then gambled on the mercy of the hands I was in, and the whims of the elements. When I was a paper boy. Once I was a paper boy. I was so fragile, so easily unfolded, then gambled on the mercy of the hands I was in, and the whims of the elements. When I was a paper boy. Once I was a paper boy.
Thank you very much. Well, real quick, I'm going to introduce the band. Over here on my left, you know her already because she has played here a few times. But this is Miss Ruby Dice on the bass. And she's a fabulous songwriter, but we'll get to that later. This is Katie Marie behind me on the drums. The one, the only. And of course, this is Mr. Calloway Rich over here on my right. And Calloway and I have been playing together for, what, like 7 years now?
Something like that.
Something
Getting
like
close
that.
to it, yeah.
I poached you from that Texas country band at the mall.
Thank you.
And we've been writing together for a few years now.
Yeah, it's been about 3-4 years now, yeah.
Yeah, and this next one is one that we wrote together. It's on an EP that we conveniently have for sale called Blue Star in a Red Sky. And the title of the EP comes from this song. Do you
Yeah,
wanna
yeah.
Tell the good people.
So in 2018, we wrote a record. We went on tour together, just the two of us, doing a duo record, or a duo tour. And we started writing songs, just trying to see if the chemistry was going to be there to write together. And one of the first songs we wrote was actually this song, which is basically like a love letter to Austin and what Austin meant to us. And this was in 2018, so for us, you know, we felt like we were losing it. And then last year came, and you know, we lost a lot. So we it seemed more appropriate than ever for us to be playing this song. So it's a tune called City of the Violet Crown.
Drove so late, the sun burned up the darkness. and rolls with the skyline coming in view. Headed down Congress, 2 streets from our home, running on fumes, 5 minutes from you. Hey, honey, show me a smile. I've been dreaming about you for miles and miles. Blue-bodied queen, day drinker's dream, most precious thing I found. Single star like a gem in a diadem. City of the violet crown. City of the violet crown. Yachts on Cesar Chavez, Esperanza House business. College kids at the hole in the wall. Hey, how are you tonight? Are the rainbow flags flying on 4th? Are the bats beneath the bridge? Has another high rise put out your light? Hey, honey, show me a sign and let me know that you're still mine. Blue-bodied queen in a hipster scene, most precious thing I found. Single star like a gem in a diadem. City of the violet crown. City of the violet crown. Hippies and cowboys drinking in the same old dive. Topo in a shiner, 2 stepping side by side where the West and the South collide. Blue star in a red sky. Blue-bonnet queen, day drinker's dream, most precious thing I found. Single star like a gem in a diadem. City of the violet crown. City of the violet crown. Blue-bonnet queen, day drinker's dream with a violet crown. Thank you. I know, that famous humidity. My hair feels it too. But it keeps your skin nice. That's the thing. Oh man. Well, I was trying to remember the last time, I know the last time I was here was with my band Nobody's Girl. And we'll be back for our record release in July, and Betty Sue and Rebecca Loby. But there was a time I was here before that, and maybe Rusty remembers, but I can't remember who I was here with. It was either my dad or Billy Crockett. And I want to say it was Billy Crockett. And Dear G. Childs. And we did kind of a trio thing when I was like 12. No, I was, 22 or something, but it felt like 12. But this is a song that Billy ended up producing for me. Yeah. I work at the laundromat, pays all right. Walk on eggshells when I come home late at night. I've been saving up my paychecks. One day I'll be gone. 'Cause Daddy, he drinks, and sometimes he gets mean. Mama's always been a timid little thing. It might be a sin to leave her. It might be wrong. But I'm burning up in this Texas heat. The fire fills me up like I was made of gasoline. And there ain't nothing in this town for a girl like me. But my mama loved the sound, and she named me Abilene. Abilene. Have a baby sister, call her Star. She shines right on darkest places in my heart, and I wish on her, and she keeps me here. I am 16, but I look old for my age. I can talk any boy I know into driving us someplace, be leaving soon. Star, I swear, 'cause I'm burning up in this Texas heat. The fire fills me up like I was made of gasoline. There ain't nothing in this town for a girl like me. But my mom loved the sound, and she named me Abilene. Abilene. Me, I'm living down name. Me, I'm living with the weight of who I should be, right where I should be. Well, I'm leaving you today. I am burning. I am burning. Ain't nothing in this town for a girl like me. But my mom loved the sound, and she named me Abilene. Abilene. Abilene.
Thank you. It's too far away. Well, I want to do a brand new song for you that I just wrote recently, and so it's not recorded or anything. Oh, wrong key. Just kidding. I was going to say, where are you going? What are you doing? Oh, wrong song. Right key, wrong song. Cool. I'm nailing this, guys. It feels like yesterday. Or a million years ago, one of the two. on, strings. I got one job. Okay. You guys still with me? Excellent.
Haven't you seen me? Haven't you heard? Haven't you noticed I'm slurring words, swinging at nothing, shivering cold? Heaven help me like a lightning bolt, 'cause somehow I have to find it in me. 1, 2, 3, pick me up, carry me on my way, pick me up until my dying day, pick me up whenever I fall back down, pick me back up when I hit the ground, 'cause you're never fighting pound for pound, but you keep your fists up another round, and I'm gonna take it and ask for more, even down here from the floor, biding my time, taking my licks. 4, 5, 6, pick me up, carry me on my way, pick me up until my dying day, pick me up whenever I fall back down, pick me back up when I hit the hold on, 'cause you have to. Keep on, 'cause you can. Over and over again. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day, pick me up whenever I fall back down, pick me back up when I hit the ground.
Thank you. Now we're gonna try the new one. Well, I think it's been a really different pandemic for all of us in some ways, and I think it's been really the same pandemic in others. And one thing that I think that has been the same, one of the few things, is we all figured out what was actually important. Yes, we did. So, and maybe that was different things for different people, and maybe your life looked different from your neighbors, but we all figured that out pretty quick. So, I certainly did, and not too long ago, because we're still kind of in this thing. We're not totally out of it yet, and even when we are finally fully out of it, I feel like it's gonna take me a while to it's like the inertia, when the vehicle stops but you keep moving. So it's going to take a while to kind of settle. And I'm reading that. I think much of the job of being a musician and a songwriter is just kind of being an empath of the cultural moment. And that's how it all feels right now. It feels like everybody's just kind of waiting to because you can't fully yet, right? And even when you can, you like don't trust it. So anyway, not too long ago, I was lying next to my husband and just thinking about the things that really matter, and I wrote him this little love song. So it's for all of you guys tonight. If there are any kids watching, I'm gonna have to put $1 or $2 in your cuss jar. Sorry. Parents, this is your 30-second warning. The two of us here intertwined. The thought that's coming to mind is everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. We don't make sense at first glance. And they said we don't stand a chance. Baby, that's bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. And the world will just cancel our plans. So let it all fall through our hands. We lean into each other with our backs against the wind. 'Cause everything is bullshit. Except for this. Vintage Hollywood stars. Now nobody knows who they are. 'Cause everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. Vocation's minimum wage. It's all getting clearer with age. Everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. 'Cause the world can just cancel our plans. Watch them all fall through our hands. Leaning to each other with our backs against the wind. 'Cause everything is bullshit. Except for this. Just this very ordinary love, spending the moments all adding up. Nothing so precious as the simple stuff. Another pair of lovers shares 100,000 kiss, and everything is bullshit. Except for this. Nothing I love more than you. And it's something I know to be true. Everything is bullshit. Everything
everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. Except for this.
Thank you. Yeah, right? Well, speaking of things that really matter, matters that I tune that string. Stay tuned. Ha! I love a good pun. Sharp. Stay in line.
All right, now you got me checking.
It's just they won't stay where they're supposed to. Okay. All right. Okay. Speaking of things that matter, I wrote this song for my best friend from high school some years ago, who is gay. Came out right after we graduated, and we're from a small town in Alabama, so fill in the blanks of the story. Like, I could stop talking. You already know how this goes. But the bottom line is, it was not a shining moment for me as like a person, because I really let him down. I was one of the few people kind of in his corner and on his team, and in that moment, he really needed me to be those things. Because when you're on that list for the phone call, that's a short list. That's the people that really know you the most, the best. The people that you feel like you really know the best. And in that moment, I was not that person for him. He was trying to show me who he really was, which is a courageous act. And I didn't respond courageously by loving courageously, which I think is what we all need to do more of. Love a little more generously, love a little more courageously. Instead, I just kind of responded with a lot of canned answers, and that I didn't even believe. So it took a lot of years, and I had apologized over the years a few times, but he wasn't really kind of getting it, and he's so sweet. He never really even held it against me, partially because some other people back home responded in much worse ways. I repeated all the lines, love the sinner, hate the sin, that kind of stuff, but I didn't say he was going to hell, So I was on the good list, sort of, but we still drifted apart, as will happen when you try to share who you are with someone and they respond by putting up a wall. So anyway, I had tried to apologize, and I really just wanted him to understand. I think I wanted to be known again, like the way that we knew each other when we were 17. And I wanted to really see him and tell him that I really saw him. I'm getting choked up. I actually, the first year I played this song, I couldn't play it without getting choked up. So I've gotten some space from it now. But anyway, this was not a song that I intended to ever play out, really. I kind of was open to that, but I told him this is just for you, because music is just this language, and this is my language for saying the things that I can't say in an email. So but he really loved the song, and so I started playing it out. I played it out a lot over the past few years, and I just put it on this new record. And my producer, Mary Bragg, and my label head, Rachel Sage, who is a very courageous person, she just kind of reached out to the Indigo Girls about it and about the record. And they sent them a few songs, but they picked this one, and they sang on the song. It's pretty amazing. And, the band and I made the record in Nashville in 4 days, but all the special guests flew in their vocals because they were all over the country. So they flew them in from Atlanta. And, yeah, it's all very karmic and cool. And I just stood and cried the first time I heard it. But partially because I'm from Decatur, which is where the Indigo Girls are from. I grew up there and in Alabama. My parents were divorced. So it just really is, I mean, they were my heroes. The first song I ever sang on stage was an Indigo Girls song when I was 11. So it meant a lot to me, personally. And it felt very cathartic and kind of redemptive. So yeah, I know this is a really long intro, but I never know how to shorten it. You know, if I'm going to talk about it, I end up talking a long time. So anyway, this is a song called Landon. From the day we met, I was never the same. You were the mascot at the football game. Big brown eyes in a wildcat suit, hugging your knees outside the classroom. Favorite child, single mother. Loved you more than a boyfriend, more than a brother. The way you drove yourself to church every Sunday. We swore we'd make it out of this town one day. And I called you a sinner. Ain't no sin bigger, and there ain't one damn thing wrong with you. As far as I can tell, no, there ain't no hell much worse than the one I put you through. I knew nothing about love. Well, you carried your cards close to your vest, and you buried your heart inside your chest, and you hid it from the ones that loved you best, 'cause you knew none of us could pass that test. Then I called you a sinner. Ain't no sin bigger, and there ain't one damn thing wrong with you. Far as I can tell, no, there ain't no hell much worse than the one we put you through. What were we so afraid of? Landon was afraid of that word, afraid of all I'd heard, afraid of that phone call. I was afraid I never knew you at all. So I called you a sinner. Ain't no sin bigger, and there ain't one damn thing wrong with you. No, I can't make amends, but believe me, I'm still your friend, and I owe you the truth. I miss you so much, Landon. Should we tune?
Yeah, I think.
I know, it just, you know, we've been doing it between every song, guys. Just want you to know. We're doing due diligence over here.
That
but
one time we don't do it.
every time we don't do it, something bad happens. And, you know, there's always one string that just doesn't run with the pack.
song. It's been a fight just to keep on moving, proving the bad hands wrong. It's been too thin nail for any good thing, throwing back every punch life throws you. Oklahoma, things that the nice folks don't speak of. When blood was thicker than tears, rolling into the reunion like a thundercloud, just to show 'em that you're still here. Now you're headed out for higher ground. Yeah, you're pushing 80, blowing town. Your life's been a lifetime movie. Your life's been a country song. It's been a fight just to keep on moving, proving the bad hands wrong. It's been too thin nail for any good thing, throwing back every punch that throws you. Oklahoma, Oklahoma, born and bred, ready to run. Oklahoma, and everyone said, forgot where she came from. You never will you?
Thank you. Well, this next one I wrote with my sweet friend, Mr. Gary Nicholson in Nash Vegas. Is that matching? Are we matching? I think so. We'll try it.
see.
We'll run with it.
Definitely not it. Yeah.
Nailed it.
There it is.
You guys are less enthusiastic than I thought you would be. That's fine. That's fine. Here we go.
Don't we all want to know where we go when we die? Is it just dust to dust or a home in the sky? Does it make a difference how we live our lives? Doesn't matter. Can anybody say, is there a way to do it right? Do we live for tomorrow or just make it through the night? When do we surrender? When do we fight for something better? When nobody's listening, what do you wanna say? What thoughts are you thinking in the quiet of the day? And who do you wanna Isn't it how we live in spite of it that shows us who we are? The choices that we make, stunned in the dark for the light switch. When nobody's listening, what do you wanna say? What thoughts are you thinking in the quiet of the day? And who do you wanna be when nobody's watching? If there's nobody up there looking down on us soul, and no one to judge us if we fly or if we fall, then who do you wanna be when nobody's watching? Who do you wanna be when nobody's watching?
Thank you. Well, another thing I should mention about my record, because it's pretty cool, I think, is that it's 100% woman with an X made. So, which is everybody from the producer on down. So, engineers, songwriters, all of the instruments, the mixing and the mastering and the photography and the graphic design, the whole shebang. The whole shebang. Puns for days. Yeah, and I've been on kind of like this. I have a PR firm for the first time ever, which is very exciting. But it means that I get a lot of phone calls where people interview me and they ask me that same question of like, why did you do that? And it's something that I had decided to do the minute not the minute, but pretty soon after I realized I was signing a record deal and that somebody else would pay me to make a record for the first time. And I was like, well, I have a little bit of money to play with, not a lot, but a little, and I can do a thing. I have this song called Working Woman that I've been wanting to record and put out for a while. Yeah, and so it just occurred to me, like, I was in a bathroom at Folk Alliance conference in New Orleans in January of 2020. So just right before, everything. And I ran into my buddy Mary Bragg, who is an incredible songwriter and artist. And that's kind of how I was thinking of her in my head. It didn't occur to me until like after this conversation a couple months later, maybe like in March, that she was also a producer. She produced all her own records and, in her basement, because that's where women produce records. And she produced for a few other people, Jackson Emmer and the Red Dirt Girls and the Reckless Electric, and that record is really cool. So it just kind of dawned on me, oh, she's a record producer too. So I eventually asked her to produce this record. But at the time, we were just in the ladies' room at the Folk Alliance conference. And for those of you who haven't been in the ladies' room, lots of great conversations happen in the ladies' room. And we started talking about my record deal, and oh, congratulations, and what are you doing, Mary? Oh, congratulations, that thing you do at conferences. And I said, Mary, I really want to make a record just with all women because, like, I can't think of a record that's made by women. I can't think of one, not one. And she goes, I can't either. And so that was where the idea really was born. And that's why I did it that way. Because if you turn on the radio station right now to any station, you cannot hear music that is made entirely by women. You can't do it. You can hear lots of songs that are made entirely by men. Written by men, produced by men, played by men, engineered by men. But the opposite is not true. And we happen to be more than half the population. And we're only 2% of producers that we hear. So it got me kind of thinking, you know, because the female experience is the human experience. It is. We're more than half the population. So if we're not hearing women, we're not hearing humanity. Like, we're not hearing the human experience. So, anyway, not to get all soapboxy on you, but I'm going to get kind of soapboxy about it because I think it's important. So this next song is one that's from the record. We got Dar Williams to sing on it. Pretty cool. And I want to dedicate it to all of our mothers and daughters.
All the girls on the sidewalk, mace in your purse and you're scared as hell. Scared this way nearly every damn day. All the touching and yelling. And you wanna get mad, you wanna fight back, but he's got 100 pounds on you. Well, what's he gonna do if you raise your voice? Ain't no telling. It's a hard world. Make no mistake, it's a hard world. Enough to make your heart break. Hard world. Any kind of girl. All the girls in the movies, 30 years younger than your leading man, falling like stars from view. You leave your 20s. And all the girls on the radio, little teen dreams and bikini strings. You can make a quick buck if you're young enough, if you stay real skinny. But it's a hard world. And make no mistake, it's a hard world. Enough to make your heart break. Hard world. For any kind of girl. And we've all got mothers, and we'll all have daughters. And I don't want to have to look her in the face and tell her. All the girls in a small town, married too young, now there's no way out. 'Cause he'll kill you if you think of leaving. And the kids need dinner, and it's a hard world. So baby, make no mistakes, it's a hard world. Enough to make your heart break. Hard world. turn someday. This hard world for our girls, for any kind of girl.
Thank you. Well, it's my favorite part of the set because we're going to let Miss Ruby Dice over here play a song. It's that time. It's that time. Yeah. And how many of you have heard Ruby Dice? She comes to Houston. You. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Go for it.
I'm excited. All right. Here's a little song called a Yellow T-shirt. It's about that fella with the yellow guitar. Side, your yellow T-shirt. Well, it's not quite your size. I think you got me staring, daydreaming in your eyes. Who'd have thought that I would be sitting across from you, thinking that maybe I love you. I shouldn't be thinking about you this way. You're my best friend, and that's how things should stay. But I've been reeling, trying to keep feelings at bay. But tonight, I just might let it all slip on through, thinking that maybe I love you. And I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. And I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. And I'm falling, and I'm falling, and I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, and I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. Please stop staring. That look makes me insane. If I was just guessing, I'd say you felt the same. But tonight, I just might let it all slip on through, thinking that maybe I love you, thinking that maybe I love you.
Ruby Dice.
I stole his hat tonight. So.
That's the next song.
My favorite part is that you guys share jewelry. That's my favorite thing.
She's wearing
Yeah.
my bolo tie. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I did buy this one for you, actually.
She did. Well, hey, everybody out there. You can keep these live streams coming by becoming a supporting member of Live from Norfolk Street.com. Yeah. So please do that for reals, because keeping our venues going is very important. If we don't keep them going, they won't be here when we all are, doing this again. And we're starting to do this again. So let's help them make it through this final stretch. Support your local venues. I'm gonna do a brand new song that the band doesn't know yet. So get a drink, yeah. Get me one. She can't leave. She's trapped back there. So I've been married for almost 11 years. Next month it'll be 11 years. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And some years have been awesome, and some years have been not awesome. And some of those not awesome years were my fault. Other ones were his fault. But here we are. Made it through like you do. Like you do, right? Like we do. Yeah. And there's lots of songs for new love, which is shiny and exciting, but not so many for fighting for the love that you have. So that's what this song is about, and it's for all of you who have been coupled for many a moon. Hold, please. So you say. Put your goodbye records on, but it's hard to believe you're gone, baby, when the bed's still warm. When the bed's still warm. Say you've met someone, but it's hard to believe we're done, baby, when the bed's still warm. When the bed's still warm. Couldn't you come back? Couldn't I be patient? Wait for the rain to break. Stand in the eye of the storm. Wouldn't you come back? Wouldn't I be waiting, baby, with the bed still warm? With the bed still warm. I stopped wearing my ring when you came to get your things, baby, but the bed's still warm. And if this is how the fire dies, why can't you meet my eyes, baby? Why's the bed still warm? Couldn't you come back? And couldn't I be patient? Wait for the rain to break. Stand in the eye of the storm. And wouldn't you come back? Wouldn't I be waiting, baby, with the bed still warm? With the bed still warm. Oh, I won't say it's over. No, it ain't really over till it's really over. And what am I supposed to do
Just watch us fade to blue, baby, when and how am I supposed to sleep without you in my sheets, baby, and the bed's still warm? Shouldn't you come back? Shouldn't I be patient? Wait for the rain to break, dance in the eye of the storm. Shouldn't you come back? Shouldn't I be waiting, baby, with the bed still warm? With the bed still warm. Whenever you come back, I'll be here waiting, with the bed still warm. With the bed still warm.
Thank you. Okay.
Do morning after?
Yeah. Oh, did I skip that one? I did. Well, it's still there. It doesn't go bad. It doesn't
There's still
expire.
time.
Yeah. It does not expire. Songs are good that way. So, how many people in here have heard my band Nobody's Girl? With Miss Betty Sue, a Houston native, and Rebecca Loby. Rebecca, who Katie Marie has toured many tours with. Yeah, so we're going to be back here eventually, you know. I think we have some release shows booked. We have a record coming out ourselves in July, late July. Yes. So I thought it would be fun to, even though it's sans angelic 3-part harmony, sorry, you guys haven't learned their parts, so. But we're going to do, not in. So you can do the Becca part. But it's as good as I can get right now. So I'm going to preview this little Nobody's Girl tune for you. This is called Morning After. Deck of cards that loves New York, best new dress, ball on the floor, forgotten keys left in the door. The morning after the night before, dirty sheets stuck to your skin, soft as the light reaching in, your breath in and out, waves on the shore. The morning after the night before, moon spins, sidewalks into silk, glittering ahead of our feet. The truth in the dying of the thrill, concrete is just concrete. Where do you go when your eyes go dark? Skin to skin, still so far. Do you Coming soon to a record player near you.
What do we do? Hey, your mom?
You got your phone turned off in a bathroom stall in that bar you like on 6th. Missed 5 phone calls and I waited up all night thinking you were dead in a ditch. And then you rolled on in around 3 a.m. with the worst of your redneck friends saying, I'm a drag, what'd you expect, treating a girl like this? I ain't your mama, and I'm tired of telling you all the things you ought to have done, all you done that you shouldn't do. Quit acting like a fool and I won't have to nag this way. I ain't your mama, grow the hell up, baby. Well, your boots and your bottles and the rest of that clutter all over my living room. And you never will lift a finger to help till the pigs fly over the moon. I never signed up for this extra work. I was breaking you all the time between the pee on the seat and the stack in the sink. About to lose my mind. I ain't your mama, and I'm tired of telling you the things you ought to have done, all you done that you shouldn't do. Quit acting like a fool and I won't have to nag this way. I ain't your mama, grow the hell up, baby. This full-grown woman just wants a grown-ass man to give him all her loving, honey. Help me if you can. I've had all I can stand. I ain't your mama, and I'm tired of telling you things you ought to have done, all you done that you shouldn't do. Quit acting like a fool and I won't have to nag. Ain't your mama, grow the hell up, baby. Yeah, ain't your mama, and you wouldn't want me to be.
I just found out in the car on the way over here that that's the official song of the day on KUTX back in Austin. It's pretty damn cool. Just in time for Mother's Day. Oh, cool. All right. Well, we just got a couple more for you. And check the time here. One more. Okay, so we're going to do one more for you. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I need to stop talking so much. But I appreciate you listening.
What you gonna do, Grace?
Huh? We're going to do the big fireworks grand finale tune.
Okay. All right, Grace.
Because
Are the fireworks ready?
that's how a fireworks show works. Are we ready? As always, I'd like to dedicate this song to my mother and to Ruthie Foster.
working names. There's that cuss jar again. She's punching that clock, she's climbing that ladder, she's spinning those wheels. She can do your job 10 times better, do it in heels. So get your glass up for the working woman. When you gotta get shit done, call a working woman. Thank God for the working woman. Know this country's run by the working woman. But don't be fooled, she ain't no pretty face. She rules this roost, she runs this place. From a mop and a broom to a corner office with a big old desk. Everybody knows, ain't nobody knows like a woman how to clean a mess. Get your glass up for the working woman. Well, you gotta get shit done. You better thank God. Thank God. This country's run. Some stay at home with the kids all day. No vacation time, no minimum wage. She's a nurse and a boss and a coach and a maid and a wife and a mother. If you paid her for half of what she does, couldn't afford her. Get your glass up for the working woman. When you gotta get shit done, call a working woman. You better thank God. Thank God. This country's run. Said this world is run by the working woman. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Rusty, Teresa, John on the sound, and Shane doing the videography. And I want you all to stick around because we've got David Graham and the Eskimo Brothers coming up next. Thank you so much for listening.